Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of iDip. I am Youssef. John is always, what's your name again? Jonathan?
That's
Jonathan?
what I've been called. Joined as always,
John is
except that
always,
one time I wasn't here. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
We're
John
not.
is
We're
always
not going about that.
by my man Jonno. How we doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've got like 2.5 months left here, so I am just perpetually at the arcade.
Nice, nice. Get the most out of it before you come back to wonderful Sydney.
Yeah.
Unironically wonderful.
No, it will be
Fair.
good. It will be. It's
Sydney's
weird.
nice.
Like I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but when I say I have an arcade literally down the road from me, I mean 80 meters away from my house is like the biggest Virtua Fighter and Third Strike arcade and the second biggest Super Turbo arcade. Like 80 meters from my house.
Must be nice.
It's
Must be
it's
nice.
it is it's so good. I'll like go home, eat dinner. Like I'll go to the arcade because they have the ST nights Thursday. So I'll get off work, I'll go, I'll play a bit, be like, man, I'm hungry. I'll go home, like cook, and then be like, yeah, I can go play a couple more hours, and then just go back down to the arcade. It's nuts.
I would be doing the exact same thing if I was there.
Yeah,
All right, we got
it's good.
it's essentially a bit of a recap episode. We've been gone for a second, so and everyone been busy. And I didn't do. Usually, I do after each major. I do like a write up. But honestly, after OHN, I really wanted to do a big write up. But I'm like, honestly, if I start this write up, I'm never gonna fucking finish. Plus, a couple days after OHN, fly over to Philippines. And then from Philippines, I was back in Sydney for 9 hours, and then had to fly again to New Zealand. So it's just been a hectic last few weeks for me. And I'm like, hey, let's do it an IDEP episode, catch up, recap the last 3-4 weeks, and yeah, see what happens. So it's gonna be very breezy, very conversational, episode, just recapping the last few weeks. And yeah, very chill. If we'll do like questions at the end, if anyone has any questions, as always. But yeah, you want to kick us off with TGS, Jonno,
Yeah.
because you
So
were
to give
there.
you guys a rundown on what we're talking about today, there've been 4 big tournaments since the last time we had an episode. So we're going to kick things off with the Capcom Pro Tour TGS Major, which I went to, and that was. We're not going to go through the results because there were literally 1,000 people there, but I'll talk a little bit about sort of what went down there. So to give people an idea of like where this, so Japanese tournaments are terrible. We've talked about this like at length on the show before.
Very, very bad.
Um,
The worst tournaments I've ever been to, ever.
This was
Bad.
by far the best Japanese tournament I've been to, and I would go so far as to say it was a well-run tournament. Not without its issues, but it was very, very good. So they ran it. They ran it not at TGS, but next to TGS, which also happens to be on the same train line as Disneyland, and it was the Saturday of a public holiday. So I think a lot of people who are new to Japan got a few shocks on their way out. I heard stories of like elderly people having anxiety attacks because of how packed it was. I saw like
Weak.
Xiaohai like fly past the venue when he got there because it was just the signings was really hard to get into. But like once you got in, like it was 10 a.m. pools, but everybody was late, so they just kind of ran things a little bit behind schedule, but it ended up not mattering. So they had like, I think, one setup per pool, and then they would run them in groups of 2. So then as things got more down, they would just spread it out.
Hold on. Hold on. One setup per pool. Wait, so they were running one entire pool and one setup?
There were small pools. They were like 8-people pools.
Oh, okay. That's, not really. It still ties them.
So to give you an idea of how thin these pools were, I had Infectious in my pool, and because I won Bankstown Runback that time where literally every Street Fighter player was at Gfinity, I was ranked second in my pool over some like Osaka Cody player. Like it's very 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 thin. So it ended up not mattering because matches would go quickly because there'd be blowouts, and then as the blowouts would happen, they'd like move people off those setups to the other stations, and it ran pretty well. My pool ran like 45 minutes behind because we had a lot of foreigners. So the guy that ran our pool spoke English.
Guy jeans.
Yeah,
am I right?
We had a foreigner jeans, and
Worst.
it was man. So first of all, Infectious is the nicest dude on planet Earth. Like the robot thing is whatever. Like he's such a because obviously he's just come off the back of an Evo win, right? So I'm
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Hey, remember when Infectious won Evo this year?
Yeah. he he had all these people coming up to him, and so we had a delay. There was an issue with the headset, and the guy standing there is like, I literally am not allowed to move, so I'm gonna just stand here until someone comes. And he's just standing there minding his own business, and person after person, yo man, can I get a photo? Yeah man, let's take a photo. Yeah, that's cool. And then they'd go. Then like Knuckle Dude would come over and say hello. Yo man, no Knuckle Dude, someone else would call. Yo man, let's get a photo. Yeah man, that's cool. Whatever. Then he just sat there the whole time, and then after like 40 minutes, I had to turn to him like, bro, you must get so sick of this. He goes, nah man, it's whatever. I'm like, yo, you're right.
Infectious.
Yeah,
Infectious. Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
he's such a nice dude. A lot of the EU guys seem to really be nice. I met a few of them. So that was good. There were a lot of setups. Compared to 2 years ago, I think we talked about it on the show at the time, there were 10 casual setups at that tournament. 2 of them were for females only. 1 of them was for beginners. So you had 7 setups on those. You see at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere, they have those like portable monitors that lag a little bit. They had 10 of those on that thing. This one was a 1,000-person tournament, and it had maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 setups, maybe even more. And as semis sort of came through, the back setups would all be used for casuals. Like they were very... It gave me hope. Like I don't think you can now universally say that Japanese tournaments are terrible.
They're evolving.
That was really well run. So
cool.
that was good. Roth did well, I think. Travis did all right. BK they all made it out of pools, like even ZG. But then I think once it got out of there, things got a bit dicey. But it was a good showing from the Aussie boys. It was really cute. Like there was like the top player contingency from Oz. And they all had to take photos of each other for their sponsors. It was really cute. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna play. Hey man, can you just take some photos of me? Can you just, if I'm winning, just take a good photo. If I'm losing, don't worry about it. But if I'm winning, maybe just look at my face. Like, oh, you guys are adorable. This is lovely.
So cute.
Yeah. So that was good. And then I took Carbuncle, shoutouts to Carbuncle, as a Team WP zone. He didn't go to the premiere, but then we went to GameSpot versus for some 2-on-2 action, and he scummed it up with Chun, and we all had a good time. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to that tournament because A, it was like pretty well run, and B, Australian players did really well. Anyway, Momochi won it. Who cares? He played Smash for like 3 weeks. Sorry?
I care about Momochi. And the guy's like literally losing money.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
A lot.
We're gonna talk about that.
I honestly, I don't fucking. Who knows? Who knows the right answer? No one knows. No one knows. You know what I mean?
The right answer is to play Smash. If you have before Capcom Cup, everyone should just buy Smash and stream it exclusively, and that's how you win the most stacked major of the year, right? Apparently. Anyway,
so actually talking about Smash, Smash just got announced at EVO Japan, and there's already over 900 signups, and the most unfortunate thing is there's a tournament called Genesis 7 on the same weekend as EVO Japan, and it's like meant to be a super major for Smash. So like everyone is like, what the fuck? Now there's like these 2 massive Smash tournaments on the same weekend. So yeah.
They had that happen not too long ago. There was the French tournament. What was it? Ultimate Fighting thing. I don't know, the one...
Ultimate Fighting... UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship.
UFC. So MK Leo went there and played Gluttony, but then I think not Shine, might have been Shine. There was some other big tournament that happened. Like, this literally just happened within the last week, 2 weeks. So that's crazy. But I guess the top players will go... MK Leo will go where the money is, and then everybody else will go to the other tournament. It would be my...
I saw a tweet today where some guy said apparently there's another big tournament in the works in Japan, and he said essentially is if you're not a Japanese player, don't worry about coming EVO Japan, go to Genesis, and then there's another big tournament in the works later on that doesn't clash with anything. That's like the last thing I saw. So I don't know, we'll see. But over 9 signups already, that's fucking mess.
Yeah, that's good. I reckon Momochi and Haitani and them will join in. I really think they will. They're getting really good. Momochi's actually sick at Smash.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Who does he use? And please don't say Ken.
He plays his green Ken, and you look at him, and you, as somebody who maybe doesn't follow Smash as closely, would be able to go like, "That's Momochi playing Ken, and it's in Smash Brothers." Like his fireball placement, everything. It's just he's managed to transfer over really, really well. So that.
And Haitani's playing as well.
Haitani, I saw him playing Wolf.
Of course, he always play edgelord character.
Yeah, Wolf is very impressive on offense, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, here.
Anyway.
Yeah, all right. So Haitani just had a baby. as well.
Oh,
Congrats to,
congratulations to him.
yeah, moving up in the world.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good to see all these players. It's being still competitive and having success, life as I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. It's good
It
stuff.
makes me feel all fuzzy on the inside.
Speaking of
Yeah.
feeling all warm and fuzzy on the inside, would you like to go to town on OzHadou Nationals 16?
Oh man. Oh man. It was good. You should have been there. You dick. Should have came.
Look,
And
this is my
it would have
first
been a great
one.
time.
I've been coming every year since 2011. This is the first one I missed. I was sitting in a spa with my lovely girlfriend in Shizuoka being like, man, it hurt. But it seems
Uh,
like you guys did a good job. The photos looked really dark. Why did every photo look really dark?
Cause we're edgy, baby. We're edgy. Get with it.
Okay.
In your white room with your white t-shirt.
Pure.
Embrace the darkness.
Pure.
No, it's just the front. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. Um, I don't know. The photos were nice. I don't know. Dark maybe, but photos were nice. Everyone that took pictures at the venue, they're all been uploaded now. I had to actually look through them the other day, and I just like. I'm just like I reckon I like about 200 pictures that when I just sat down and just looked through all the that were uploaded from the. It was really nice. Um, for OHN, man, like I was actually, I think maybe every year I say going into this OHN, I was feeling nervous, but going into this fucking OHN, I was feeling hella nervous. There was no OHN last year, and then this year we came back, and it was like first time we run in a venue outside of the city. We literally have zero international like presence. So there were no international players. We're not on CPT tour. We're not on the CPT. We're not on the DWT. Like there was nothing like pizzazzy about it. You know what I mean? It was just essentially a tournament. There were zero pot bonuses. Like it was hella grassroots, hella grassroots. And I know, like the FG on the FGC side of things, like FGC people, they're kind of alright with no pot bonuses and nothing. They just want to fucking play. But I was a bit worried about Smash, which I don't know how that would feel. I didn't like. That's not to say that the only would come out if the money is there. Um, but I was actually worried about Smash because I wanted them to have a good time and that. But they fucking came through hard. There was like 110 attendees. Shout outs to Chef and his crew for running an extra spicy tournament. Anyone that was there with and saw the Smash Grand Finals, oh man, I'm going straight into Smash Finals. That honestly, like, if I could just say, if one moment like that just stood out the most for me, it's not Tekken, it's not anything. That Smash Grand Final was fuck. I don't even have the words. Like, I'm so happy I stayed back on that Sunday night to watch the Smash Grand Final because I fucking lost my shit. Everyone that was there lost their shit. There's a lot of Tekken players that were just kind of hanging around, and then the crowd started to rile up, and then we're like, oh, what's happening here? Smash 4, what's happening? And it was like the two people that were in the grand final were like absolute crowd favorites, Didi, J Dizzle, and J Dizzle has won the last two majors back to back, and Didi has yet to win a major. And then Didi made it to grand finals in winners side, and it was just like I don't know. It's like a fucking just beautiful story unfolding right in front of your eyes. And then J Dizzle reset, and then it was essentially a 10 games grand final that went fucking literally last game, last stock, and fucking Didi won it, and the entire place just almost just collapsed. And everyone was watching. Taking people were getting hella hype as you always do, and it was nice. I was so happy that Smash ended on a good note. Everyone had a good, because like I said, it was a very grassroots OHN. It was essentially, hey, who's the best in OCE? Let's come and see. Simple as that. No pot bonuses, no international plays, no international, presence for the tournament at all. It was just like an old school tournament. Just come out, play, preview the best. So it was really, really good.
Before we get off Smash, I see there's no
sorry.
link for the VOD here. Where do you know who put that one up? How can we watch this grand finals? Because now I'm interested. Tekken players watching Smash? I gotta know. Does
Dude.
anybody in the chat know where we can find this? I'll throw it up in the show notes.
I can ask Dennis if he's still there when Dennis and Dav are the other room uni.
Well, maybe someone in the chat can grab it for us. But
Or maybe someone in the chat.
I'd be curious to throw that up in the show notes.
I'm pretty sure that won't be up on the OzHadou channel. If I had to guess, that'll be on the maybe Sydney Smash YouTube, which I don't know the link for, but if I had to take a stab in the dark, I reckon they'll be up.
All right. Well, I'll find that and put it in the show notes for everyone watching after the fact, and hopefully someone in the chat can help us out. But yeah. Sorry, what were we talking about?
So Friday night was pretty fucking hype. There was a anime 7v7 battle for Union. And that was up. I like the fact that there were different exhibitions, not just the big games. Like I like the fact that anime got time to shine. There was a Street Fighter 5v5 Sydney versus Melbourne. See a fucking cleaned house. He beat 4 out of the 5 Sydney people and then popped off so high to broke a monitor.
I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how you can win.
Melbourne, am I right?
Yeah.
So
target combo into punch screen. Who was on that 5v5, by the way?
I'm not sure. I know, like, even Sydney aside, so Melbourne wasn't at their strongest. So I know, like, Rumors and BK from memory didn't play. So it's kind of even stuff. Like Melbourne was missing Som, they were missing ROF, they were missing ZG. So they didn't have the full squad. So just to even things out.
Man, that's sissy. That's like, I get it, but at the same time, like, you're going to put your pride on the line. Here is what I think of my level. Find the people that match that level, and then I'll show you why we're the best at this level.
Look, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Because, if you don't have the same player level in 2 different states, then you would have what happened in the Sydney versus Melbourne Tekken 10v10. And then Sydney just went in, big dick swinging and just stomped Melbourne. Unfortunately, I mean, it wasn't close at all, and Sydney was like a couple of players were just playing around. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm hating on Melbourne. I'm not. Hi Dread, how are you, Dread?
So Castle says Acrylic Saint, a Wild Llama, Space Ghost, Rumors in a 5th for the Melbourne. Anyway, I'm sure that VOD's up there somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe Bug. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been Bug because I think CO popped off after he won the mirror, right?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
He hit the target combat before Bug did, and then won the match, and everyone was like,
target combat to V-trigger.
Players.
Yeah, they're the best. And by best, I mean best.
Oh, he popped off after beating Llama. Whatever. I don't want to give much more air to that 5-on-5. There are Sydney cleaned up in the Sydney Melbourne.
Sydney cleaned up, and it wasn't close to say the least. And after that, we had the main event, which was BK versus the Beast in the 1-5 Tekken, which Abby won convincingly 5-3 because the physical shell of Kevin Ewan was there. However, on every other level, he wasn't present. So
So let's not talk about the match, but let's talk about the fact that
can you ban a certain I think it's a guy. His name is Milky Cloud.
I'll go ahead and find that button.
Can you ban that guy?
All right. So we have this theory within our little like sparring group, within our little dojo chat, because a similar thing happened to me a couple years back when I came back from Japan. People have a tendency of going to Japan and coming back worse.
Japan is the worst.
Because Japanese, and look, this is not to do with Tekken, okay? Full disclosure, not that this really matters, but BK, like I bought PS4 Tekken so BK could come over and grind, and then he just sat at my house and played like 20 hours of Tekken before he left. But I really think, and we were talking about this in relation to Street Fighter V, but you talk about different countries and the way they approach like playing. I think playing Japanese players and exclusively Japanese players makes you worse. I'm convinced of that because they always expect you. They play around the options that they think you're going to play, whereas you play Korean players. They're the most disrespectful players on planet Earth, at least in Street Fighter. Hong Kong players will like push your offense to the absolute limit, and Australian players play like they're 9 VBs in, and you got to like account for that sort of stuff as well. And I really think that people come back from Japan considerably worse unless they can like holistically play that. And I would not be surprised if that played into BK's performance. So I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's true for Street Fighter 5. What you said does make a lot of sense. I know for Tekken, it's not the case because I remember when a lot of people when we went to Japan, when I went to Japan with some of the Sydney guys back in 2016, everyone that went to Japan and played a lot, like definitely leveled up from playing a lot of Japanese players. Rek, Eli, Jackie, like they all definitely leveled up. So I don't know. Maybe it's a case of you have to take it as game.
Okay, maybe,
Like,
maybe let me rephrase it. Not so much leveling up, but maybe the decision making is definitely affected, right? Whereas say, okay, using Street Fighter 5 because that's all I know, right? Whereas say if you were playing someone that you had no data on and they were like white, and you're coming from from like BKB or YSB, your option will always be default meaty throw, right? You always pick the step one of your offense wheel. But then you go to Japan, it's like, well, he's from this region, he probably plays like this. I'm going to go straight to this and try and shimmy him or whatever. And BK told me on the Street Fighter side, it's like you skip a few steps of the offense when you play people of like who play in a certain way because you start to skip steps and you start to assume things.
But that's not Japan's fault then. That's your fault.
I know it is your fault, but it's a result of playing in that kind of environment where everyone's like, I guess they're imitating their top players and their top players are textbook, right? I guess maybe that you can tend to like skip a couple things on the way. Of course, your knowledge is going to get better, but stuff like that. I don't know. It's all bro science. It's all anecdotal, but yeah, I've personally experienced that firsthand coming back when it's like my knowledge is better, and then you just kind of forget how to do you start running before you're walking type thing. But anyway, that doesn't come into this picture in the money match because BK played so much Tekken in this very room in the lead up to it. And shout out to Abby, he played like a champ. He treated the match afterwards like a champ. I don't know. I thought it was pretty wholesome apart from the fact where Sydney lost.
It was. I know. I just want to address a couple of things in the chat. Jack said he just came back from Japan playing a lot of Guilty Gear and he got a lot better. So that's good. And also to my man, laughing my ass off, Nade. That's it. That's what I'm calling you. That's what I'm calling you. I don't care.
That's a good name.
He said he wants to go to the Springs in Japan. I've never been because when we booked it last time, it fell through. But the people that did end up going, highly recommend. So I think you should definitely do that.
Just message me if you have anything. Like I've said on this show a million times. PM me on Twitter. I hope you out if you got any Japan stuff.
ZG said BK's Karen was worst after his trip. Full disclaimer, BK doesn't have a Karen. His Karen is trash bag.
I deleted it. I came back. I took a holiday in August to come back and
in Sydney, we do not talk about BK's Karen. There's no such thing as BK's Karen.
There's no Karen.
Yeah.
I took it away from him.
No more BK's Karen. That's a myth. It's bin juice. So yeah.
Anyway, should we run down some results real quick before we just like go on and on about the event? Let's just quickly. I'll just go through the winners because I think it's like you said, Australian focused event. I want to shout out some Australian players. So I'll just do maybe top 3 for everything. So Tekken 7, Kanga Wowza in third. Second, Genuine Gaming's Dion Gray. First, Rest. Smash Ultimate, like you said. DD in first. Athletico's DD. I'm not going to do sponsors. I don't want to do sponsors. J Dizzle second. At Lowe's in third. Doubles was won by Corvid and Re-Rays. Mortal Kombat was won by Wasminator. Second place, Gilbags. Third place, Boy91 and Street Fighter.
He's the best.
Hey?
Boy is the best.
He's the best.
I'll get to Boy in a second, and I'll tell you why he's the best.
All right, I'll highlight the name so we don't forget. Street Fighter was won by Genuine Gaming's Rumors. Second place, BK. Third place, Rups. Shoutouts to Melbourne coming through. Good. They had a good representation. Top 8. It's not bad. Third place, Under Night in Birth was won by Kyokugen. Second place, Silent. Third place, Nor. Samurai Showdown. Third place, Tactile Water, back from the grave. Second place, Centurion Nugget, back from the grave. First place, Gangsta.
Old people.
Of all people.
Old people.
You want to talk about BK having a bad weekend, bro? I don't know which one hurts more for him there. Anyway, Dragon Ball Fighters. Third is... It was
honestly the worst weekend for BK ever. Like he was actually, this. He was hella depressed after all.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving along.
Third place, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Second place, Sendo. First place, Marmite in a jar. Merely singles, third place, Luma. Second place, ZXV. First place, Sock. And merely doubles was won by ZXV and Trepidate. Community games, we'll just run through the winners real quick. Guilty Gear was won by Ferry. Zozima won Third Strike. Soul Calibur was won by Tommy Ollie. I don't know if that's saying that right.
Yep, Ivy player.
Sorry, multiplayer? Did you say multiplayer?
No, I said Ivy.
Ivy player. Multiplayer? Oh, I've been gone. Anyway, Ultra Street Fighter 4 was won by Stream Monsters.
Yen. Let's go here.
I have some questions. Anyway, Central Fiction was won by What Is Life. Cross Tag Battle was won by Reikyo. Marvel 3 was won by Nedjo. Mike won Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown. A certain Marvel player won Super Turbo. Dead or Alive was won by Runus. James Abel won Pokken Tournament. And Jedi Link won Skullgirls. So that's a really, really impressive community game lineup. So congratulations to everyone.
Good.
And obviously you and the team for running a show. I think it's understated how important it is to have a national. And, while like the numbers, you want to look at numbers compared to some other tournaments in Australia, they may not compare. I really think
it was still good. It's
good. And the fact that Australia now has a national again is going to mean
Tekken had 150
so
people.
Many people.
Tekken still had 150 people to a tournament that last year didn't exist, and this year wasn't like on the TWT. It was a dojo event, but like it wasn't a challenger or a master event. And honestly, 150 people for Tekken. Oh my god.
150 locals, by the way. That's
no. Oh yeah. Oh sorry, local as in OCE. Yeah, because New Zealand, everyone from around Australia. So it's so good to see. Just some of the games that I like fall through the weekend. I want to talk about MK. It's no question. Is the best player in Australia. I think that no one can dispute the fact he is hands down player, the best MK player in Australia at the moment, and he deserves it so much. He's an absolute monster of a work, and he puts in the time and effort, and he's definitely reaping the rewards. So I want to give a shout out to Genuine Gaming AA Ron for securing that second place. He's cursed. That kid is cursed. Like I don't know. He's just cursed. I want him to get a W so hard, but he's just, I don't know, cursed. I don't know what it is.
How was grand finals? Was it close? How are we looking?
It wasn't close. It wasn't. Yeah.
Maybe you should play your character once in a while, Aaron. You might like
it. It's not that. Yeah, sub is not bad. Sub is not bad in this. It's just honestly Taz he's just better than anyone else in Australia. I'm just keeping it. He's above everyone. And but like my highlight of the tournament. So Boy is a lovely 21-year-old chap from New Zealand. And OHN this year was the first offline event he comes out to. He's a guy who people have been telling me about since MKX days. But they're like, there's this online Jax player from New Zealand who is so fucking good. We can still see you, Jonno. Don't worry. Like if you're
trying away from the microphone, you can see me. I want to slurp in everyone's ear.
So he finally comes out to an offline tournament, places top 3. So it was fucking amazing. I'm just gonna quickly touch on an SXU real quick. He won SX, which is his second offline event. So that guy is the fucking future, and he's only 21, and he's the fucking nicest guy ever. So yeah, MK was hype as always. They had their own area, and they just fucking did their own thing. Shout out to the rest. I'm gonna be playing MK again because the game is hype.
Hell yeah.
Reasons. But yeah, yes. So MK was sick. Street Fighter was I managed to catch like the second half of top 8. BK didn't win. Shout outs to before that, shout outs to everyone that made top 8, especially the Melbourne boys. Grand final was BK Rumors, and Rumors had already sent BK to losers, and then BK reset, drops a game winning combo, and then Rumors win. And it was heartbreaking to see, but shout outs to Young Rumors. He deserves the win. He's been grinding a lot, so
Shout
that
out.
was
So
Street
I
Fighter.
managed to watch most of this top eight. Shout outs to Melbourne's teching habits. Shout outs to Rups and Sio for getting third and fourth. Shout outs to Zazob, like the New Zealand rep, for coming out in seventh. You know, I mean, there are some notable names absent here. Obviously, there was the wedding, so we're missing a lot of the dark-sided crew. But,
Mm.
you know, even so, it's good to see, you know, names like Riku and Lama sort of reappear again.
Hmm.
Rups and Sio, this is a big result for them, obviously. I'm
I would have
annoyed.
always guessed that would make top eight. Like they're really good and they're really consistent.
Yeah. I'm annoyed that Rups was. I think it might have been against Rups where BK pulled out his Karen and Rups just had the same tech timing literally every game. And then I think that's when. So you know, I came back in August and I played BK's Karen and just like just in the recycle bin. And then in the match against Rubs, BK like put his head back in and started rummaging around for it and pulled it back out again. I'm pretty sure that was a match, but I kind of understand why Yuri and Mika is not necessarily fun. Um, but I also want to stop phrasing the way. So this tournament ended with Rumors winning. Yes, BK lost, but Rumors, he put the work in, he
One.
got it
No,
done.
no, no.
So
Rumors
shout out to
is
Rumors.
hella good. So
But
yeah,
like
shout out.
we can talk about BK's limp dick weekend all weekend long, but also I just want to make sure the Rumors gets his due because he put the work in and he got it done. So shout outs to Rumors. It was a really good top eight. Shout outs to the commentators for that one. Like it's everyone. Like I think it was Castle and Tom on for that one, and man,
Correct.
everyone did
Correct.
really. It's one of those things where people who aren't necessarily paying attention to SF5 think, you know, game's dead, whatever. And yeah, like the numbers aren't like SF's not number one, whatever, that's fine. But the people who are putting in it from both the production side and the player side are really
Mm.
doing well. So I just want to I just want to give a shout out to like my game or whatever.
Want to give a shout out as well to Fangry Brad for being the main Street Fighter tier.
Oh hell
That
yeah!
guy is an absolute workhorse. Also, shout out to the NRS people, uh, James D, Aaron, and shout out to Justin, aka Zill Gaming, for flying all the way from Cairns just to stream MK. He brought the entire gear, everything, and you know, shout outs to him. And yeah, just shout outs to all the TOs, man, and everyone that helped at any capacity. Uh, I don't know much about what happened with anime because I didn't, so I won't be touching much on that. I know Dav won Joke again, so you know he's sitting right there playing with with Dennis.
Can I tell a little Dove story real quick? So
Sure.
I put on Twitter not too long ago that sort of like I got 3 months left in Japan, whatever. But when I come back, I'm really going to be pushing Super Turbo again. And I'm really going to try and make that like my thing. So I go to Dave, and I go, Dave, what gear do I need? I want to start making Super Turbo. I want to make Super Turbo big again in 2020. And he goes, well, first what I do is just see how Uniclear is, and you know, then if that game's not very good, then I'd buy the following. So he had to like slip in, yeah. I mean, step one, make sure Uniclear, you know, make sure it's just not for you. You know, you might like it. But then
Mm.
if you don't like it, then, you know, go buy and do all these things. So he's been spreading the good word of Eunice.
Yeah.
Audacity in the chat says Silent dropped the game winning combo against Dave and Eunice, then lost. Look, we've been there. And then Dave shakes his hand. Dave shakes your hand, shakes his head, and goes, I hate everything. I hate this game. And then walks away and wins the tournament. We've all been there.
So, sounds about right. That's literally classic Dav.
We've
So yeah.
all been there.
What else? Dragon Ball happened.
Good showing.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Anthony, aka Mama in a Jar, won. Who, for those that don't know, BAM was his first offline major. He's been playing a lot at BKB, and he won BAM, which is his first offline major. Then came back and won OHN. So shout outs to the guy who he has like a massive love hate relationship with the game, and he has Kid Goku. I mean, who the fuck doesn't? But he really hates Kid Goku, and then still came out and won. Shout outs to Tanu for resetting in the grand final. Shout outs to Raptor for bringing the fucking stance hype, you know, and shout outs to everyone that just came out. Samurai Showdown, old people came out and reminded us why old people are the best.
It's really an old people top 8. Like you have
BK came fourth,
Yeah,
not in the
BK
money.
Is BK the youngest player in top 8? I don't know who Sir Slush and Vlaster are, but is BK the youngest person in this top 8?
No, I'm very sure Sir Slush, which is Matt, is younger than B.
Okay. Well,
Very, very short. He
regardless,
has a baby face.
did you see that thing? I don't know if it was Evo when they were talking about the average age of top 8, and then I think Samurai Showdown was like in the mid-30s or
35.
something.
35 smash with 20.
That's so good.
And then everyone else was like around the mid-20s mark. It was, yes, old school.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
so old people, Pat in third. He's just a massive SNK fan. He loves and he always good. Utah came second. Him and Henry been grinding the game fucking hard, so they definitely deserve their place. Henry was probably, from what I know, been grinding the game the hardest. So it's only fitting that he walks out with the W. So, yeah, Summer Shadow is such a good game. Everyone should like pick it up. I just like it's easy to get into. You just like play some footsies, and when you finally get a good read, you take 60% of the person. It's fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. So Slash is 26, 27. So yeah, younger than B.
Not by much, but that's pretty impressive.
No, but younger than. So
So
yeah,
I don't know how much you read into community stuff, but that seemed to happen. But from what I'm seeing here, there are a lot of VODs.
there are a lot of games, a lot of VODs.
So check
Also,
out OzHadou.net for all that stuff, I guess.
speaking of VODs, also shout outs to Petro Rose for being the stream monkey for the weekend. Did absolutely amazing. For anyone that don't know him, please follow Making the Sausage on everything. He's such a beautiful human being, and he does so much for the tech and the greater FG app. So shout outs to my Petro. What else? Have I spoke about Tekken? I only
No, actually, you can probably talk about that a little bit more. Talk about the top 3, because that was a really interesting top 3. You had New Zealand,
top 3,
Brisbane
yes.
/ Korea, and Sydney / Melbourne.
Well, no, dude, where the fuck you been living the last? Dude, Dion's been Sydney for like 3 years now.
Yeah, but didn't we have the conversation? Whereas you're geologically still placed in Sydney, but your heart is,
No,
Okay,
that was
because he came second. Okay,
that was
Leon's
at
Sydney
least
'cause he
no,
came
Jonno, please don't upset me. Don't upset me. I love you tremendously. Do not fucking upset me. We're not saying that. No, he's Sydney. That's where the sentence
I
ends.
swear we
Dion-
had this conversation, but all right,
Yes,
I'll take
maybe
your
like
word for it.
36 months ago. All right, you're very, very delayed. All right,
Okay,
all right, motherfucker. All right.
what year is
He's
it?
Sydney. He's Sydney. That's it. The story ends there. All right. So Dion from Sydney came second. All right.
Got it.
Jonathan, fuck with me. Otherwise, I'll give you 0 reasons
Got
to
it.
come back to
Stu,
Sydney. All right.
Here's Stu. I got it.
Yeah.
That was a top 3. Have fun. I had fun. I saw it.
Yeah. All right. So top 8 was actually. I was gonna flex a little bit. So there was one person from Melbourne in top 8, which was Naveed, who doesn't have an Australian passport. There was one person from Brisbane in top 8, which was Rest, who doesn't have an Australian passport. And then there were 5 Sydney people who all have passports. Flexing real quick, all right? Just real quick. And why was that? Who is hands down the best player in New Zealand? I don't give a fuck what anyone say. He is definitely the best player in New Zealand. He just won SXU, and he was the highest placing New Zealand player by far at OHN. And he's just the loveliest kid. I just want to hug him and never let go. So I don't know what you mean, DreadTech. Shut up. Also, thank you for saving my life. Oh, we should tell people how Dread saved my life.
Talk about that.
We'll get that in this. So yeah, Sydney came up and showed up and remind people once again why we're the best state in tech. Top 3 was really interesting. I called 2 of the 3 people. I thought it's gonna be Rest and Naveed Dion in top 3 in no particular order. Probably Rest winning. I actually said Rest and Naveed's gonna be great, but shout outs to Box and shout outs to Dion, who are both from Sydney, for defeating Naveed. Wowza, he's so clean, man. He's so clean. He plays Tekken. Like, the best way to describe Wowza's play is he just plays Tekken at its lamest but purest way. He's just a Tekken player. And it's just beautiful to watch. Dion, I think, is, in my opinion, is actually the best player in Australia at the moment. I think he's better than Naveed. In tournament play, definitely he's better than his first two is really fucking impeccable. And Rest is just like that guy is just, like his Hwarang is just the definition of optimal. Like he never does the same juggle twice. Like no matter where he is on the screen, he always changes what he's doing just to get the most optimal wall carry or the most optimal damage, or just he's just I love watching him play. He's always so aware of what's happening, and it's just so good to watch him play. And yeah, he's definitely the best player that was there on the weekend, hands down. He definitely deserved to win. The grand final wasn't close. He just crimped Dion. So yeah, it was really sick top 8. It was really fucking hype. And shout outs to everyone that came out from all around Australia as well, and in New Zealand. Not just for Tekken, but for everything. And as always, we went to karaoke, and a lot of people fucking drank a lot. Some people had to be literally carried outside of the venue. Shout outs for Dennis for carrying Brad, aka Azura's Abyss, aka Chad Tunes, aka the Emperor of Chadagaskar, aka Emperor Chad. So yeah, shout outs to Dennis for literally carrying Brad out of the venue and taking him back to this hotel. I drank so fucking much, like so much, and it's funny because it didn't hit me till I literally got back to my room, and on Sunday I was doing so good. Said like I kind of remember blotches of what happened, and then I remember leaving the venue, and then I get back to my room, and then I just fucking vomit all over the bed and all over my clothes, and yeah, I felt really bad because my girlfriend had to stay up all night, literally cleaning bed sheets and my clothes and making sure I don't die. I seem to always almost die after tournaments these days.
Had you already packed down by that point, or did you have to go back into the venue the next day?
Oh no! I still had to go back the next day and fucking pack down. So yeah, TO life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fucked. But it was fucking fun, and I'm so happy everyone had a good time. We got nothing but positive feedback at the moment. The only thing that people complained about is signing in and out. So there was a bit of issue with people underage, and like they required their parents or a guardian to be over there, and especially for a lot of the Smash players that proved a bit problematic. But we got through it. But yeah, besides that, everyone loved the venue. We are looking to come back there next year. I don't know if I should be saying this, but we might expand on the venue. I don't want to give too much, but yeah, 24-hour venue was really really nice. People loved that idea a lot, so it's kind of very like combo breakup. Yeah, we had people playing, and some people stayed up to like 3 4 a.m. Some nights playing, so that was good to see that people were utilizing the 24-hour venue. And yeah, fucking, I'm so happy OHN was good. I've been helping with OHN since 2006, so, and we are now in 2019. This was by far in the lead up to it, like the most stressful OHN that I've ever had to like organize, by far, just because I was so worried that it's not gonna, like, so many things could have went wrong. So many things could have went wrong, but thank God it was good. And yeah, fucking can't wait for next year, bitches. So yeah.
Without getting too much into the behind the scenes stuff, this OHN was very much a like turning point in a lot of ways for OzHadou. So it was it's not surprising, I guess, but it's still obviously great to hear that everything went off largely without a hit. And goddamn, I'll be back next year. Yeah, it hurt. It physically hurt to not be there. So
what was that? Is 19 or 20? I don't know. Maybe Julian can tell us. I think he's 19 or 20, something like. But yeah. Special shout out to the OHM passes for being amazing. Yes, we had the schedule on the back of the pass. So I don't know if people didn't realize. They kept asking me, "Oh, what time is this?" I'm like, "Look at the fucking back of your pass, son. You don't need to ask me."
You could chat to people's eyes and they'd still ask you, Youssef. They just want to talk to you, man. How do you not understand this by this point?
People want to talk to me.
Schedule
and QR code linked to the brackets. God, like, yeah, boy. Oh, so he's 20. Yeah, Waz is 20. Super young.
That's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to. I want him to travel. Kanga Wowza. Shout outs to Kanga for sponsoring talented players like Kanga Wowza, and shout outs to Kanga for sponsoring Pakistani players like Kanga Hero. Putting people on the map. you know. So yeah, just shout outs to orgs putting in work, not just in Australia, but everywhere else.
Yeah. Do you have any last thoughts on OHN, or we'll get into Rev Major
Yes,
stuff?
I have one last thought. Ochin, hey Dread Tech. No, 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 no. I don't say it. No, I'm gonna keep it profesh. I'm gonna keep it profesh. And plus, it's an inside joke, so I don't like saying it. So it's fun. Yeah, OHN is amazing. Support all fucking Australian tournaments, no matter where the fuck you are. Otherwise, I will do nasty things to your booty hole. All right, and you will not enjoy it. Support Australian any tournament, locals, monthlies, weeklies, majors. If you're struggling to support, speak to someone and they will help you. We're a fucking wholesome as fuck community and we'll help everyone. Support, bitches. And yeah, that's OHN.
All right. So then the following weekend? No. The following weekend.
Back to back to back.
Back to back. You headed
Following
to...
weekend, Rev Major.
Let's talk about it.
First and foremost, for anyone that think they love Tekken, you don't. Your love for Tekken is so minuscule compared to how much Philippines loves. Like, I just want to get that out of the way. Like, I just want everyone to keep that idea in their head, that thought as I tell them about Rev Major. Like, you do not understand the passion Philippine has for Tekken. Like, it is phenomenal. Like, it's outside of this world. It's and yeah. So Philippines as a country is hot as shit with subpar food everywhere. I'm sorry, Philippines. I'm just gonna have it. Yeah. But the people are so nice, and the passion for Tekken is insane. Rev Major was phenomenal. You should definitely go out and check it out. Sunday hype was, I don't know, man. I've been to EVA 4 times. Like Rev Major hype is like a different kind. Like obviously it's not as big as EVA, but when that room pops, like you just like your heart just start going like like it's just amazing. It's just amazing. In terms of like tournament side of things, the venue looked hella sick, but it was cramped as fuck, and the tournament was run poorly. Like when me and Dredd got there, like the TO in us was like instantly triggered, like about how shit was done. But like they managed to go through things, and it was a long day. Some people were just like really, really tired. I unfortunately couldn't play because my stick fucked up, so I just DQ'd myself. The Australian guys did fairly decent. I want to say the average level in Philippines is way higher than the average level in Australia, because I feel like the best way to describe Philippine average level play is like imagine everyone is like Reckon Eli. That's like the average level of play, which is really fucking high, you know. So yeah, like they're really really good and they know the game very very well. And Dojin really looked after us when he first got there. You know, shout out to Dojin, such a lovely kid. Um, and he just brought like an army with him on the first night, and like they just played till 5 a.m. the next day. Yeah, Philippine is really nice. Shout out to Genuine Gaming for setting us up in a fucking mansion, and so is Royce, who is Genuine Gaming Overlord. It was myself, Eli, Dion, and Saint, and also that stayed with us was Dimeback and John Ding. I knew Dimeback might be staying with us, but I didn't know John Ding was staying with us. So literally, when I landed on Wednesday and then met up with Saint, he's like, "Oh yeah, John Ding is also staying with us." I'm like, "Say what?" So it was beautiful. It was really nice the fact that had so much talent under the one. And most of the nights as well, Rex stayed with us. Almost like I think every night he stayed with us because he just feeling for some games, and Brown Man snores Snorlax, so he needed to escape that. So yeah, just all that talent under the one roof, and they were constantly playing and constantly grinding, and I learned so much. Like even Saint was giving like Rec Eli and Rec. Sorry, I remember he was giving Rec at one point Steve tips, and Rec was like fuck them so much sense. Like it's just the fact that everyone got to play so much together and learn from each other was fucking amazing. And Yeah, drunk Tekken was hilarious. At one point, John Ding and Dion were playing a punko match where they were just both feeling hella motivated, and then John Ding takes his shirt off, and then he's like punko match, and Dion being Dion has no fucking idea what a punko match is. So John Ding just gets angry at him. He's like, take your shirt off, man. And then Dion, always being the one who just wants to please, he's like, okay. So Dion just takes his shirt off, and then just sitting there with their, nipples extra hard playing Tekken, like with 4 sets of piercing nipples at the screen. It was just beautiful to watch. Beautiful.
Is that what that was? That was beautiful to watch. I don't care if you're Takedo. I don't want to see anyone do punko matches.
4 hard nipples just pointing at his screen.
That is 4 too many nipples. You understand?
You just don't appreciate good nipples, Jonathan. That's your problem. Anyway. So let me.
So Danny in the chat saying he went to the Okinawa tournament, which I believe was like that's a debut tournament run by that Blaze Blue player Kiame, who plays the most disgusting team in history. Anyway, they ran a thing. I think it was at a hotel or something. He said, yeah, the brackets weren't run great. Anyway, that just goes to speak that when you get a good tournament like OHN or Bet, you should support it because they're the ones that keep the lights on. Anyway,
yes.
while you read the chat, I'm going to run through results real quick. Tekken 7, top 3, Liquid Gen. Second, Nobi, Yamasa, whatever. UYU Low High won it. I think there were other games there. Oh, that's right. Tachikawa won Street Fighter. There was Marvel 2 and Fenrich won Dragon Ball. That was actually a really good top 8. That Dragon Ball top 8.
Fenrich winning Dragon Ball was fucking hype because the other guy dropped the combo and then Fenrich picked it up and then he built 3 bars literally on the last fireball hit. And then as the last fireball hit, he built 3 bars and then he went into Final Flash and killed the other guy. It was actually sick. It was sick. It was very sick. So yeah.
Oh wow, there's like actual Filipino names in this Street Fighter top 8. And John Ding. that sponsored Street Fighter player, John Ding.
John Ding is a god, by the way. I just want to say he spent the entire week in the house and he was wrapped his chiseled Herculean body with a blanket that I brought with me. So if anyone wants that blanket, I have it in my. It goes to the high bidder. So just letting people know.
Can we talk about Daigo appearing to give Tachikawa the trophy?
Yeah, Daigo randomly was there and he didn't play. He just got there just to give a trophy. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Mr. O.
How does that guy live? I don't understand how that guy lives.
He's a mystery. He's a mystery.
John Ding is good at picking Street Fighter characters. That's probably the best. Like he picked the best one, as it turns out. He did really well about the
he's a Rashid player now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's really smart. His Eddie in Tekken is like they kept running sets the entire night, and like he was just like mopping Rek. Rek like ruined all his other characters, even Chloe, but he couldn't touch his Eddie. And then he started running sets with Dion, Eddie versus Jack, and they were like fucking neck to neck. So intense to see, like so intense. That's why like John Ding was getting hella motivated. He's like, I want to beat you. That's why, hence the pool comeback. But yeah, it was just great fun. And the top 8 was so hype, like with the intros and Nobi bringing his son on stage. For those that don't know, there's a player in the Philippines named Son of Nobi. And then Nobi put him on stage. And that was just amazing. And really, really hype. Really hype. I definitely recommend going to REV Major if you guys can. So yeah.
I like the point Brie brought up. That's kind of fucked. How would Tachikawa feel when winning, and then they bring Daigo on stage and just bop him? That's so bad.
Yeah, he was there for the Dragon Ball because there was a saga, as far as something like that. Or
that's still funny, man. Like,
yeah,
that's still good. Yeah, that was another good tournament. We still have one more tournament to get to. So do you have anything you want to talk about?
Yes, I want to add one thing about Rev because of the weather, so it's like super hot and muggy outside, but then you just go inside and it's like aircon blasting in your face, and then you go outside back to hot and muggy, and then you get aircon. And the fact that I was just eating everything under the sun, and the fact that I just came off like long time of just trying to eat good, so try and look after my weight. That, and then it just all hit me hella hard on Saturday, to the point where I don't know how many times I shat and vomited, and I was like in a very very fucked up state. And then everyone went out to hot pot, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot do this. I am in a very bad state. I feel very very bad. I just want to go home and literally die. And then I was so out of it. I wasn't in no state to order a grab, to do anything. And everyone knows like the character of one Dreadtech, and everyone respects the fuck out of him. But like he honestly, if no one was to look after me that night, I don't know where the fuck I would have been. Like I couldn't see properly, I couldn't walk properly, I couldn't speak properly. I was proper fucked up. And he got me home. He ordered me a grab, stayed with me all the way till we got dropped off to where we were meant to be. But then, because we were living in some like fancy ass complex, you can't go inside after a while. So the taxi dropped off, like, so I was here, but then the taxi dropped us here. But then we couldn't enter through this gate, so we had to walk around an entire fucking block and come back here, which is about a half an hour walk. And Dread like walked the entire way with me, making sure I'm all right. And I wasn't in a good state. I think I might have mentioned that. Got me all the way home, made sure I'm in bed, and then got ordered himself. Had to walk all the way back, and then order himself a fucking taxi and go home. So like Dread is the fucking best. And if people didn't know that before, that Dread is the best, no, now Dread is the fucking best. So if anyone sees Dread in the near future, please, like, at the very least, suck his dick. At the very least, suck his.
Maybe a couple toes.
That fuck.
Whatever you're feeling.
Well, whatever you're into, But like, at the very least, please, like, yeah, Rek is the best. So I would like to end Rev Major with everyone should suck Dreadtech's dick. I think that's a good way to end Rev Major. But yeah, great tournament.
Noted. All right, moving into the week 4 of 4, everyone.
And then I come back to Sydney for 9 hours. Catch a train home, get picked up, take a shower, go exchange some money, go to BKB, pick up a stick because my stick was fucked. Shout out to Stefan because he's the sixth cunt, always helping. Gives me a stick and a pad. I go back home, repack my suitcase with some fresh clothes, and then drive back to the airport. Drive to the train station, catch a train to the airport, and then catch a plane to go to New Zealand. And New Zealand was fucking amazing. It was good because I haven't been to SXU in 3 years. So the first time I went to SXU was 2006. And like Australia and New Zealand, like, we're like this, like distances don't matter. Like, there's nothing but love and respect, like mutual love and respect between Australia and New Zealand. And I told like the people there, I'm like, in my eyes, like Australia is like New Zealand's older brother. New Zealand, we're proper fan, like we're proper. And SXU went down and it was fucking amazing. I got there a couple of days early and left a couple of days later because I wanted to spend some time with my girlfriend because sadly she lives across the border. So that's how. And but it was great. I ate a lot and tournament went down. No hitch. The only bad thing which I actually told Dave about, like there were a couple of pools couple games, few games actually that ran like at the same time. Like when I looked at my schedule, I'm like, how come my MK pool runs at the same time as my Soul Calibur pool? And yeah, like that was like my only peeve with the event. The fact that some people had to play their pools for different games at the same time. But besides that, great event. The highlight of the event was hands down, Mason proposed to his girlfriend of 3 years after Marvel finished, and that was amazing. Like I was legit popping off at this point, going like, yeah, like losing my shit. So that was so fucking nice, so fucking. And because I remember the first time I went to New Zealand in 2016 was when he had just met her. And I remember him telling like the guys there, oh, I just started going out with a girl, and like and I remember like quizzing them. You guys will never guess what background she is and shit like that. And then I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And then like fast forward 3 years later, and second time I go to New Zealand, and then Mason proposes to Alex. So I'm like, oh, like it was so good. Like I was there when it first went down, and now I'm here when he proposed to her. So that was fucking beautiful. So very happy for them, and they're both great people. So yeah, for me, I played pretty shit in Tekken personally. No, I'm not blaming stick, but because I wasn't using my own stick, it just felt a bit off, and then I got really tilted. I think I went like 2-2. I did actually slightly better in MK and Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur, I was whatever. MK, I was like a little bit better, and I'm like, man, these games are fun. So now I wanna proper pick up MK and Soul Calibur and like spend some time because and I already know which characters I want to play. And apparently, I have an affinity for BBC, big black characters, because I want to play Jax, Mortal Kombat, and Sassalamil, Soul Calibur. So that was a bit of an epiphany for me. So Abby came second in Soul Calibur. And speaking of BBCs, Abby came second in Soul Calibur, and his run was fucking amazing. He broke so many hearts along the way, and by breaking hearts, I mean he grabbed so many people to death. Beautiful. So I want to give a shout out to you for coming second in Soul Calibur. That's personal shout out. Also, he came first in Def Jam, so that's something. Besides that, Tekken, I'll go with Tekken first. It was an all New Zealand top 8. Australia didn't. Shout outs to Cornova, aka Abuji. He's an old school Korean player. He came back from the grave. He's about to get married, by the way, and still managed to come third. Just because he's Korean and he's great at the games. Shout out to Dan Banter. He actually made grand finals in winners' sides. It's a clean run through his pools and all the way to grand finals. And he didn't play character roulette, so I believe that helped him a lot. So he just played Jin and just stuck with Jin. So, shout outs to him. And, shout outs, of course, to Wowza for resetting the bracket and winning eventually. Like, again, I cannot stop praising that kid. He's the best. So, shout outs to Wowza for doing it. Shout outs to Jiraxitron for making top 8 as well. Shout outs to Blackout for making top 8. And I believe Connor in CEA was in top 8 as well. Other guy who hold on. Sweep Douche. I think that's his name. Because he plays Kazuya and he hell sweeps a lot. So shout outs to him for playing Kazuya exactly how it's meant to be played. And who else? Shout outs to Neil for making top 8. And on Sunday, he bought everyone dinner. We went in Izakaya and he paid for everyone's dinner. Shout outs for Neil. Man, New Zealand, son. Man, can people go to New Zealand? Like, fuck. They need to go to New Zealand and support this shit. Next year at Nats, when SXU is up, like, I'm gonna bring a fuck. People need to go to New Zealand. New Zealand's the fucking.
How does the New Zealand circuit work? Because there are 3.
There's 4. There's I think 4 different tournaments. That are in different cities. So the biggest one is Nats, which is Southern Crossup. It's in Auckland. There's one. I don't know which tournament corresponds to which city, but I know there's one in Hamilton, one in Christchurch, and one in Hamilton, Christchurch, and Wellington. I think one is called like Red Zone Rumble. One is called like War. War is the one in Wellington, I think. Red Zone Rumble is the one in Christchurch, and there's one in Hamilton, and it's called. Maybe some of the New Zealand peeps can correct me.
Yeah, chat. Do your magic. Anyway, 4 big ones.
Yeah,
We'll bring some more.
And
maybe I'll run through some results real quick. Let's see. Well, there are a lot of weird games with inside jokes, so I'm going to do the games I recognize.
War is Hamilton. Because I know the double. Oh, sorry. War is Hamilton.
There you go. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you can just look on the Smash GG page for results.
Yeah. So Street Fighter was won by Big Chopper, who is recently signed by Shadow. Yes. Wait, who did I say?
Big
It was
Chopper.
one. Oh, sorry, no, because he was in the chat.
Yeah.
No, no, Big Chopper doesn't win shit except my money. That's what he won. Because, he took my money. But he won it fair and square. So that's. Um. Yeah. Ghost Ships won Street Fighter. Kind of expected. He's been the best player. I mean, that's the third year in a row he wins Southern Crossup. So, if anyone needed any more convincing, the best in New Zealand, right? So, yeah. Shout outs to Sky for coming second, who, from what I've been told, is probably the second best player in New Zealand at the moment. And shout outs to the fucking boy Reno, making top 8 and winners and then finishing third. That kid has been putting a lot of fucking. He's recently switched to Karen, and it's a smart choice. And he's just playing the best Street Fighter of his. He also made top 8 in MK, even though he's a fraud, but playing MK. Shout outs to everyone that played MK. I want to give a shout out to Boy. Now, Boy won SXU, defending his turf. He knocked Jonno Gaming AA to losers, but then Jonno Gaming AA reset the bracket 3-0. And then Boy he's like, nope, I'm gonna win, and then 1-3-0 after the reset. So I mean, I can that kid. That guy is so good. He's so good. I'm so happy he's coming out and he's playing, and I just want to see him keep traveling and fucking shit up because he's so good. I know we keep saying Boy is amazing, but like we're forgetting New Zealand's second best player, Butterjaw, who came third. So shout outs to him. He helped organize the tournament. So not only was he playing out of his mind, and he finished third. So yeah, shout outs to any TO that TO is in place. That is so fucking. People don't know how hard. So Aaron also does that. One of the main organizers in Sydney and still places. So yeah, shout outs to TO that TO's. And yeah, Smash. The two players that were meant to win the grand final ended up in the grand. Aloof won over Ichigo. I know Aloof is like the guy that just wins everything. Apparently Ichigo is the second best from what I've been told. What else went there? Oh, how could I forget? Shout outs to Blackout for winning Samurai Showdown over Shimiya. Yo, I didn't get to watch that, unfortunately, but I heard that shit was mad hype. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but Mia was in the winner's side and Blackout reset and won. So yeah, I don't know who came third. I'm so sorry. But yeah, shout outs to Blackout and Shimiya for putting on a spectacular grand final. From what I've been told, I'm so upset I missed it. And Soul Calibur was so hype as well. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Trying to cheer for Abby, but at the same time not trying to cheer for Abby. So it was hype. It was hype. Shout out to NCEA winning. Also on the on the deal, still fucks. He definitely he won the entire tournament and win it. And Abby was second. Virtual Bacon. Tom was third. So yes, SXU is great. Go to fucking SXU, motherfuckers. So
Hell yeah.
So I don't know if I missed out anything.
How much?
I don't know. I
just
just want
Sydney. Just so people had an idea of how much they had to save. What are we looking at here?
I've paid $342. I didn't book that early. It was like under 2 months when I booked. 100% under 2 months. Maybe closer to maybe 6 weeks around 6 weeks when I booked. So you can get cheap tickets. So essentially, what I was told, if you can get anything under 400, you're sweet. So I paid 340. So that was pretty good. Keep in mind, I flew Wednesday to Wednesday, so maybe that also had something to do with it. Like most people, I assumed when I fly, maybe a Thursday or a Friday and come back on a Monday, so prices might be a little bit different. But yeah, 340. So yeah, go to New Zealand. Go to New Zealand.
That'd be a good one for the New Zealand TOs. When you see sales and stuff pop up, make sure you hit up the Aussies and get the word out, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to go, but are not actively looking for deals in that part of our area, right? So I don't know. Maybe we can all sort of work together to find the bargains and get more people out to New Zealand. That is
Yes.
probably the best way to go about it. So
Oh,
when people realize how cheap it is, I reckon that's a good way to get people to go.
also, another thing that I want to say, next year for Southern Crossup is their 10-year anniversary. So they may or may not be planning in a big one. So it'll be really, really, sweet if Australia can come through and get 10th anniversary. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So I mean, it literally just happened like a week ago. So we'll have time more to talk about it, emphasize it, and then, yeah, people should definitely go to New Zealand, start saving up.
Hell yeah.
So anything else I'm missing? I think that's about it. I think that's about it on my end. Yeah, just been very, very hectic. And the lead up to OHN, and after that, just traveling everywhere. And then trying to get my Pakistani players to Tokyo Masters. So hopefully they get to make it through rec shop there. So that's happening, which actually was a bit of a head to because I had to work on Pakistani visa in Philippines, and had to work on it in New Zealand, and it was just like because we actually booked for this shit for REV Major, and then I got rejected last minute, so it was kind of annoying because we wanted to meet them, so but it sucks. So hopefully they get to go to Japan. A lot of people are fucking helping. Honestly, I'm so humbled by how many people are so like so many people. I mean, I don't think it's oh, holy shit, BK is here. Hey loser, don't come into this shot. No one wants to see your ugly face.
Oh, actually, speaking of BK, there's one thing I wanted to bring up.
Uh,
Alongside Castle in the chat, who they put together a series of
mm,
videos over on the Genuine Gaming YouTube channel called Street Fighter 5 or Learn Street Fighter 5. Now, I want to speak firsthand to the to this information because BK he showed me a draft of the script to this when he was over in Japan, and I read it once. I swear I'm not the next game I played online was Machaba and I beat him. Just that's first hand testimony. Maybe you should
damn,
watch that series. Maybe
you should.
Machabo's learning Akuma and we're all dead next year. I don't know. Who can say? But you should definitely watch his video series because Castle does a great job of getting the knowledge out of BK's head, and more people should listen to him because he's winning more tournaments than you are, and you should probably learn a thing or two so all of Australia can get up together. Maybe.
Jack just touched on Sim was good. I'm actually. Can I be real? Honestly, I'm so fucking angry with Sim. Like, so fucking pissed. They do the initial draft of pools. They have Rumors and Xavier in the same fucking pool. Two international players, regardless of fucking skill. Two international players, sponsored by the same fucking org, from the same fucking country in the same fucking pool. So we tag him on Twitter as like, hey guys, like, can you please fix shit out? They're like, oh yeah, apologies. They reply so quick. We'll sort that out. This is just initial drafts. Final drafts will be released soon. Final drafts come out. Not only are they still in the same fucking pool, they also added Llama there. I honestly was so fucking angry because I didn't get a time to check it till like later when the pools had already started. And then I open up, Xavier sends a message through of him versus Rumors. And he's like, I'm like, why the fuck is he versus Rumors? I thought that shit was sorted. And then I checked the bracket and they're in the same fucking pool. So honestly, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Honestly, I get so angry over shit like that, man. Like, when I see the fucking bracket, like, I literally see. I remember when I was sitting OHN, I sat here for like 4 hours doing nothing but staring at this exact same fucking Twitter screen, making sure I see this shit right. And then it's like, you go to an event that's meant to be as prestigious as SEAM, and they're just chucking fucking players in the same fucking pool left, right. They're like sponsored by the same org from the same country. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not fucking acceptable.
This is not. With this particular organizational group, this is not the first time. If you're not a named player, you're not going to bring the views, thus you don't matter, right? So
it's fucking irrelevant. Do your fucking job properly.
It isn't because like you're still going to come from. I'm talking about it from their perspective, right? You're going to come back next year because every mother and their dog has come to this tournament, so you're going to come. They're counting on you coming back for the opportunity to play with these players.
There wasn't even 200 people at that tournament. Like you
Yeah,
could
but
easily see.
the not even 200 people were there. They're all very good. Like if I scroll down to tied for
Regard,
49th, we have
which makes it even easier because you can easily see the top.
yeah,
Like,
but you know,
like when you
I'm
have
just not surprised.
when you have more good players, it's actually easier to see the tournament because you know where everyone fucking goes.
Yeah,
It's when you have unknown that's hard to see the fucking tournament because you're like, who the fuck is this cunt? Where do I put him?
I'm just
So
saying.
if anything, it should be easier for them to see the tournament.
Take this information for next year and just know where their priorities lie. And I think with so many good tournaments that are popping up all around the world, I mean, we said in this very podcast,
Like, yeah, all right, maybe like who,
right?
like who the fuck is Australia? But like whatever. But I still don't care. Like I don't do your fucking job right. Like there's no excuse.
Seam is never going to lose the status because they're the ones that run. They run all
I
the
know.
Asia
I know.
right? So that's not going to happen.
know.
But
Yeah.
it just if you're hearing this information as an Australian player and you're planning 2020 and beyond, this is just stuff you should keep in mind. We can sit and piss in the wind all we want, but they don't care. We're not HyperX, IDEP underscore Red Bull 69, right? Like we don't. It doesn't matter. But it's just
I could be Red Bull underscore 69. You don't fucking know me, Jonathan.
I mean,
you don't know.
I'm
I could be.
You could be, but
I could be Gatorade 69. You never know about the Gatorade.
We should touch on this because there are actually a few. We have a bit of time, and there was some Australian talents there. So obviously, the big story of the weekend for Australians was Travis and Fudo tied for, was it 7th? Would have been 8th place. Sorry,
7th place.
The Asia stat because there's the open points and then there's the regional points. And on the regional Asia points, Travis and Fudo had the same amount of points, so they played a first to 3 to determine the Asia final. So on the Saturday, they ran the open bracket all the way through, which Fudo won. And then the following day, they ran the top 8 just for the Asia finals. And Fudo won the whole open premiere. It's his 10th grand finals. I don't know since when, maybe since Street Fighter 5 started or whatever. It's his first win in a very, very long time. He took it over Gachikun. And then coming off that, he stomped.
It was 3-0 and it wasn't.
But that's a hard matchup for Boxer from what I understand. So I think Travis's wake up call, like Travis being Travis, a very pragmatic individual, has gone right. Well, I'm comfortable with my level, so I just need to find another character that answers it. And it's a 2D game. 2D games operate very differently to 3D games in that regard, where it's like not more often than not, but that is a viable solution quite a lot of the time. So I don't doubt that so they immediately interviewed Travis after that set. He was on the couch, and Zig turns to Travis and goes, "What's the problem?" And he goes, "In the words of Brian F, I got to pick G." So assuming G doesn't get touched next season, and there's really no reason that he would because no one's complaining about him. There's too many other targets. Like I think G is going to slip under the radar. So 2020 Australia's going to have a G problem. That's my prediction. So shout outs to Travis. As I look down this list, we have obviously Rumors and Xavier. Sio was there, I believe, as well.
There's a lot of people. Shenkan as well. Roxas,
a big Australian
Bug, Somniac, ZG, Xavier, Rumors. There's a lot of Australian players. I think Rups was there, maybe.
I think Rups might have been there. And Castle in the chat saying, Rups was there. People are complaining about G, but people are not complaining about G the same way they're complaining about the current top 4 characters. Yeah, so when you have you already have like 4 targets, right? Akuma, Ibuki, Karen, Rashid. Those are the 4 targets, and most people they're probably a much more pressing issue. G is a very lopsided character, whereas those top 4 are, like Rashid's cheating. I don't care what Rashid is Arabic for cheating somewhere in the world.
Hey, buddy, you're half Arab. Don't just
cheating. It means cheating
on your lineage like that.
It's cheating. He's cheating. Why are we cheating? We finally get a representative in Street Fighter, and he cheats. He's a cheater. Rashid's a cheater. I hate him. He's a weeb.
He's got the Arab money.
He cheats and he's a weeb, and he has a scouter just like me.
You have a scouter.
There you go. Look.
All right. Cute.
Anyway.
So also furthermore about Seam, Genuine Gaming Strix won the Smash tournament.
Oh,
shout out
to
him. And Team Tahid Pudge won the doubles with Genuine Gaming Strix. So shout outs to Australian players putting in work. So I don't know, but other placings on it.
Fenrich won Dragon Ball and Cross Tag. Yutoto won Soul Calibur. Samido won.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Fall
Toto
Guys
and so
was.
I'm
There you go.
so upset. I'm so upset about that. All right, you want to know what happened? Just real quick on Soul Calibur. So Shen Chan flew Yutoto to Seam, and when he agreed that he'll fly him out, that was like a while ago, and before Seam was announced as a qualifying spot for the Soul Calibur invitation. So he gathered all this money from the Singapore Soul Calibur community, and then they flew Yutoto over. And then it ends up being a qualifying event to the invitational tournament that got recently announced. And then Yutoto ends up beating Chen Chan in the grand final. Switching to Aswell, who's the best character in the game and who Shen Chan just absolutely fucking hates. So I was like so fucking heartbroken. And instead of like giving the spot to the second person, spot now goes to the LCQ qualifier. So there's going to be an added spot in the LCQ. So there's going to be two LCQs instead of one. And to make things worse,
from last week.
I know, and to make things worse, Shen Chan has the highest amount of points on the circuit, but like that is like fucking irrelevant because like he can't use these points for shit. I'm sorry, I'm just sad because
That's garbage.
I know, like yeah, I'm close with Shen Chan and he's a fucking sick cunt, and I'm just upset. So yeah.
They're saying Burnout made top 8 in Tekken.
Oh shit. Jack got his arm squeezed by Tasty Steve. That's a classic. That is definitely a classic.
So I think Som made top 8 in Sam Showdown, and
correct.
Burnout made top 8 in Tekken. Apparently, there you go.
Correct.
Man,
also,
he's got a real habit of doing that. He just does that. I don't know how it. Kevin Kim is a very talented individual when it comes to doing things like that.
It's just he plays a Kuma cheating character.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Shout out to Burnout. He actually looked after us in Philippines.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Is that where he's based now?
Yes, he's based in Philippines.
There you go.
So yeah. Seam was like what last weekend. So I think that kind of brings us up to date on things. Yeah, like I was saying before, I'm just looking forward to Tokyo Masters. I hope I can send the Pakistani boys there so that damn it. And I think that's about it on my end. I haven't been keeping up fully with the chat. Fenno, do you want to add anything, or should we open up questions?
Yeah, chat. Like seeing as we've got a bit of time, I'll tell my story from ST regionals this weekend and plans for 2020 stuff. But chat, if you got any questions about, I don't know, what's been going on here, what I've been doing, or what Youssef's travels, now would be a good time to do it. We'll open it up for like 10-15, and then we'll bring it home.
Sure.
But yeah, so I've talked about like classic games and sort of my travels here a lot, but yeah, the last weekend there was a 2v2 ST regional. So the way they work here is they have 4 a year. They have a 3v3 in August at Esports Square. They have 2 in Saitama at a spot called Big One, which is the spot known for Marvel 2 and Skullgirls here in Japan. It's a little bit out of the way. It's kind of like South Saitama, so it's a little bit far if you don't live near Kibukuro. And then at the end of the year, they have a 5-on-5 at Newton, which is like you have 5 characters. 3 of them have to be from the original 8 of Street Fighter 2. You have 1 super character and you have 1 boss character. And it's basically just an excuse to play Street Fighter before everyone goes and gets really, really drunk. I went 2 years ago. That one's really fun. But anyway, this one was a 2v2. There were like 150 people, which is impressive because we had that big typhoon here in Japan. I don't know if people heard about that. So
that looks messed up.
So okay, the thing is this country is like the boy who cries wolf when it comes to typhoons. The news sort of sensationalized it a lot. So this was meant to be the biggest typhoon on record. I went to my supermarket 2-3 days before and there was no bread, no cup noodles. Funnily enough, all the the instant food from other cultures was still there, but all the Japanese stuff and all the bread, that was gone. So yeah, it was totally fine. Bunch of people sent messages like thank you, but it was like totally fine. The stuff you see on the news, there are a lot of areas that are prone to typhoon stuff kind of already. Like I live near Kebukuro and it was kind of like slightly heavier rain. Oh yeah, and then there was an earthquake. that was kind of great. How in the middle of a typhoon, an earthquake happened, but literally by 10 p.m. everything was fine here. Obviously, like to the affected areas, they weren't quite as lucky, and it's horrible for them. But here we were fine. Like, I was just chilling, playing games all night. Anyway, most people to get to this tournament the following day because all trains were down. Um, like you had to get one or two stations away and walk like an hour to the arcade, and yeah, it was cool. Um, I'm gonna try and get some Aussie players out next year to just one of these 2v2s because it'll be a lot of fun. And yeah,
Should say KG. He loves Japan and everything Japanese.
it's his favorite game in
Loves
his
Japan.
favorite country. Definitely.
Favorite game, favorite country, favorite cuisine. He just loves everything about Japan.
Yes.
Mm.
He'd do well here. He wouldn't win it, but I think he'd do reasonably well. Card did pretty well when he came out here as well. So Nakano Broadway for various old games they have free play days where you pay, I think it's 800 yen now, and from 6 p.m. to midnight you just play all night. So we went to that for Super Turbo and we had a grand old time
800 yen
for 6 hours.
for 6 hours of play, unlimited.
And there are 12 cabinets.
Yo, that's godlike.
And you can do that with other games as well, like games as new as, I think the newest game they run is that Arcana Heart and like Cross Tag. I think are the two newest ones they do it, but it's good. Everyone should go to Nakano because it's basically like Akiba for like level 2 weebs, and there's a nice arcade there.
Word.
Anyway, Audacity in the chat says, "Are you guys going to try the new GG?" I'll try it. I will probably not play it. It's just not really. It's too offensive and too much training mode. I don't like training
mode. Castle's asking if we go in Perth. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go Perth this year. I did go last year, and I just want to say I'm current Perth second champion. So you peasants can go and claim that title. The king won't be there this year. So yes, but unfortunately, I will not be. I will not be. First. Yeah, I think I'm done for traveling this year. To be honest with you, I'm actually kind of drunk, bro. Like it's as fun as it was, running OHN one weekend, then flying to Philippines next weekend, flying to New Zealand this weekend. I am so fucking spent. Like I straight up don't know how these pro players do it. Like the entire year, it's actually hella. So yeah, I'm most probably done for the year for it.
I get back on December 24th, so I'm not traveling either. But I will be next year.
If and it's a big fat if I'm gonna travel to anything this year, it's gonna be CWT final, and that's a big fat.
Where are they running that this year?
Thailand, first weekend of December.
How did it end up in Thailand? Not that that's bad. I'm just wondering because it was Amsterdam last year, right?
Yeah, I think they just went in different continents. Because so like this year Thailand, last year Amsterdam, the year before that was America. So just like going everywhere.
Huh. So they don't run it every year in Southern California, year in, year out. Huh, that's so weird. What a novel concept. Huh, so weird.
Fun.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will be just to elaborate, I will be in New Zealand for the end of the year, for Christmas. But like that's not fun. So if people want to catch up, then in New Zealand, by all means, I enjoy alcohol. So let's do these things. So yeah. But besides that, no more traveling for this. I'm done. I'm not even gonna be at the next YSP. Not because I don't want to, but because I have a wedding. So yeah, the curse of being an Arab. So yeah, as for the new GG, it's funny that you mentioned that. Not like today or yesterday in the Sydney Tekken WhatsApp group, we just spent most of the day talking about the new GG, the new COF, and the new Grand Blue. Funnily enough, and people were like talking about the games and which games they're interested in. So at the moment, like anything else, like people are interested in new games. You guys know me. I'll try. I buy almost every fighting game. My PS is literally fighting games, all different fighting games. I just like trying fighting games and learning a bit about them. So I'll definitely be buying GG in COF. I don't know if I'm gonna buy Grand Blue. I'll definitely be buying GG, especially if COF. I fucking love COF 13. I reckon best ever made. Guilty Gear is hella nice, but it was a bit too overwhelming for me to learn when I tried to learn it. I'm just gonna be honest. So and now that they're saying that it's a rebooted Guilty Gear, which obviously means they're gonna, I don't want to say dumb it down, but I was gonna say make it more accessible to,
Make it less arbitrary, maybe. Get rid of some of the
yeah,
legacy bullshit.
League of
I
Legends.
don't
I'll
know.
definitely interested, and like I fucking love character design in Guilty Gear. I've been saying that since day one. They're really, 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 really unique and really. And if Testament makes it, I'm 100% getting the game because I love character size. In case no one knows me, I really, really like characters with. So if Testament makes it, fucking hard with that game. So oh yeah, and Grand Blue has now a character with a scythe. His name is like Vaseraga or something like that. He's a big dude. He's hella edgelordy.
And in the
And
lore, he's actually a 9-year-old girl who got reborn from 4,000 years ago.
you want to know what's fucked? You could very well be correct. Like yeah. So I don't know. So next is looking hella hectic. So you know, like MK, Soul Calibur, fucking Grand Blue, Guilty Gear, Cough. I don't know. I'm Tio, man. I'm not. I don't know. I don't play to win anymore. I just play to have fun and like I just want my stick to be work.
Hectic.
So that just makes things much easier for me. And if I happen to beat people, suck a dick. It's got beat by a Tio who's over 30 years. So yeah.
I think for me next year, like I'm obviously going to buy an arcade board and like preach the good word, but then besides ST, it's probably going to be a toss up between. I'm sort of on the fence about whether to go back to 5 and just sort of play that, or if Uniclear is, apart from having the dumbest name that I've ever heard in my life, if that game seems to be popping, and if the netcode's good, that might be a good place to jump on as well. And then obviously Virtua Fighter's always there as well. So I got my old man games, and then I want to sprinkle in one new game. I don't know yet. And then if Cough isn't terrible, because I'm not. It's never a sure thing with Cough. I know they talk about good, bad, but if Cough is good, then that will trump everything. But
Well, if the formula holds on, COP 13 was amazing. COP 14 wasn't so amazing. COP 15 should be good.
But the thing is going by that formula as well, then the good one is going to be a refined version of. So 13 was a refined version of 12, and if 14 was a refined version of 15, then.
You cut out a bit. So what did you say?
12 was 13 was a lead on from 12. It was very iterative.
Mm-hmm.
And if the same thing there, if 15 is a lead on from 14, a lot of people are not going to be like, people will like it. It will be all right, but it won't be 13. But I think people need to sort of let that go. That like it's just it can't be, because 13 was very uncough like in a lot of ways. So I think if you get that out of your head and just go with, this is going to be a good cough game, let's see how it goes, then you might be lucky. But I think we need to let 13 go, because 13 was very uncough like in a lot of ways, even though it's a magical game.
Word. So yeah. I guess that's about it on my end.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else chat wants to throw our way?
Yeah. I mean, while chat gets their last words in, we'll just quickly pimp the show real quick. So, like we said, we stream this live on twitch.tv/Gamera. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Gamera, and I post the show notes and all the stuff to do with the show. You can follow Youssef at _fade_. You can get the show live on Spotify and the other podcast places, as well as youtube.com/Gamera, same URL. I guess we've put this call out a few times, but with 2.5 months kind of left here before I go to Japan, if there's anything,
before you go to Sydney,
before I leave Japan, you're right. Before I come back to Sydney, if there's any like vlogs or arcades,
such
or
a weird
you want on, reach out to me or Youssef. We'll see what we can do. I can speak Japanese well enough, so we can maybe make something like that happen. I don't know. Otherwise, we'll be back here whenever we're back here, and we'll just keep doing the thing. But it could be nice to take advantage of sort of what's going on here. So if you have anything you want to see, let me know. There's actually, so in kind of sad news, sort of while we wrap out, there's this arcade called Kawasaki, what is it? Kawasaki Warehouse, which is a massive arcade in a warehouse, and it's closing down in like 2 days. Not closing down, but they had a disagreement with the landlord, so they're like trying to find a new spot. I'm gonna try and make it out tomorrow night to see what that place is about, because a bunch of arcade cabinets in a warehouse sounds friggin' hectic. So yeah, I don't know. I'll post some of that on Twitter maybe, but that's it for me. I'm gonna go play Super Turbo. What do you got? You want to close the show out? You got any last words?
Just final shout outs, Orchan was great, REV was great, SXU was great. Please come out. Like, the people in the chat already come out and support. I want people to be more proactive in this thing. I want people to reach out to, draw people in. Like, I'm not gonna tell anyone in the chat to come out and support. Like, they already come out and support. I know almost everyone in the chat. I know they're all bunch. So, spread the word. I know it might be work or effort, but shield the FGC. We live in the age of shilling, so shield the FGC. Get more people in, get more people involved. I'm constantly, trying to get more people.
Yeah.
Let's grow together.
Focus
And
on the positives and grow the scene.
Yeah.
In a good, like, don't make the selling point, you should play my game because your game sucks ass. Just everyone focus on the good stuff, and like, let's all build each other up. It'll be fun, I promise.
And besides that, now I'll do some, proper shilling. Follow Genuine Gaming Twitter, because they're doing amazing things. They're very supportive and trying to grow the scene locally and internationally. So please do that. So can you follow Skin Deep Tattoo? They are a sponsor. They help us tremendously. And follow OzHadou, because we run OHN and we're wholesome as fuck. And beyond that, if anyone has any questions or anything that, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. Oh, one last thing we didn't cover. Shout outs to Taz again for winning packs. Shout outs to Googie for coming second. Shout out for Salt Snake's younger brother, which I always fuck up it, and it was like Jugi Bava or Jubi Bava or that, coming third. And shout outs to Sagat for coming fourth. Unfortunate for Genuine Game and Aaron finishing fifth. Also, the tournament on Friday was really, or Saturday, the first day was really fucking bad. Like, they were running on TVs and there was a power issue and all the pads were lagging, which is fucking annoying. Like, when you drop $20,000 on a tournament, like, how can you not make sure you're running it on the right? Like, I'm sorry, that weekend really pissed me off. Between Seam and the first day of packs, I was actually fucking fuming. Like, really fucking fuming. You know what? I'm gonna actually put a tweet out that I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put a tweet out tomorrow. It is illegal for any fucking entity that is not already from the Australian FGC to run any FGC tournament without talking to me. It's illegal. You have to talk to me. I don't give a fuck where you are in Australia. If you're gonna run an FGC tournament, any fucking game, you talk to me. I'm gonna make that tweet. Fucking sick and tired of sitting here and going, how can it be 2019 and motherfuckers who are meant to be in the know don't know the most basic of basic. No, I'm making that tweet. It's gonna be illegal, and there will be harsh punishment for people who don't abide by this new law. It's an actual law. You can't run an FGC tournament without talking to. So yeah,
you've heard it here. It's law.
Yes.
IDEP, you're home for all the laws here, everywhere in Japan and Australia and wherever you live. So follow it, or else.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry for being so fucking emotional. Going from one point to like, hey, we're so wholesome, and welcome everyone to We're the Law.
Go give your favorite PS4 disc a hug and spread whatever that game is, unless it's some. Did you see that guy? There was this thing on Reddit the other day. Some guy showed up to next level, and his background were two hentai girls 69ing.
Fine.
Yeah, well, if you want to go hug your PS4 and that's what it does, more power to you. But until then, we'll be back in 2 weeks whenever we do the next one.
I'm just gonna be.
We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks, guys. Much love. Take care.